Alright, welcome in everybody to BMC Collectibles Breaks. I'm B. Today we've got one case of 2025 Leaf Metal Pop Century to get into. While we get started, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, bmc.collectibles, and see if there's a seller on eBay. That'll make it that much easier back to us for more breaks, and let you know we go live and even live. Also, need to mention no purchase necessary, so link down in the description. Box number one. Start off with our press proofs. Tim Robbins. And dual press proof, Molly Ringwald and John Cryer. Dale Bazeo, 3-5. Charlotte Ross, 5-7. Nancy Kovac, 5-5. And co-stars, Eric Stoltz, Rosanna Arquette, John Travolta, Uma Thurman. 1 of 1 quad auto. Get us started. That'll be headed to random.org at the end of the break, so stay tuned for that if you have any of those four. Nathan Morris and Peter Billingsley. Nancy Kwan, 12 of 25. Oriani, 25 of 25. Josh Gad, 2 of 3. And Joe Pesci, on card inscribed, 88 of 100. Boom. James Van Der Beek and Natalie Portman. Selma Blair, 1 of 1. Asada Baby, 3 of 6. Jimmy Walker, 1 of 3. And Christy Brinkley, 8 of 25. John O'Hurley and Alec Baldwin. Stephanie Kramer, 21 of 25. Linda Blair, 2 of 2. Susie Quattro, 3 of 8. And Ben Stiller, 2 of 5. John Schneider, and printing plate for Chris Pine and Zoe Saldana. That'll also be headed to random.org at the end of the break. Dana Barron, 9 of 10. Chrissy Swanson, 1 of 5. Dolph Lundgren, 4 of 5. And Marissa Tomei, 3 of 4. Mackenzie Phillips. And triple press proof Robert Carradine, Brian Tochi, and Curtis Armstrong. Gina Lee Nolan, 7/10. Bryce Dallas Howard, 7/7. Drake Bell, 11/25. And Kelsey Grammer, 5/5. Box number 7. Joe Gorga, and triple press proof Drew Barrymore, D. Wallace Stone, and Henry Thomas. Melissa Gilbert, 2/5. Trey the Truth, 2/3. On card inscribed Michael Douglas, 73/100. And dual auto Melissa and Joe Gorga, 2/6. Kelly Riley, and Dana Barron. Thomas Ian Nicholas, 1/4. Ron Howard, 1/1. Brian Bonsall, 1/1. And Christina Applegate, 5/6. Box number 9. Selma Blair, and printing plate for Cinnamon Idols. Ashley Eckstein, 4/7. Barbara Eden, 4/10. Mystery Redemption for the Mystery Redemption spot, and Alec Baldwin on card, 29/79. Final box to break. Good luck, everybody. Is it luck or is it skill? Is it skill picking the right spots or luck that the right spots hit? Jamie Presley and Kevin Bacon to close out the press proofs. Keith David, 2/2. Tracy at the Doc Curry, 3/4. Helena Bonham Carter, 7/8. And Andrew Garfield, 5/5. And that will do it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being part of the break, as always. Go ahead and get a hit recap going here in just a second. Then we will take care of the randoms, which we have a handful. For the hits, Dale Bazeo, Charlotte Ross, Christy Brinkley, Alec Baldwin, Ben Stiller, Dana Barron, Dolph Lundgren, Gina Lee Nolan, Bryce Dallas Howard, Drake Bell, Dana Barron, Brian Bonsall, Christina Applegate, Cinnamon Idols, Ashley Eckstein, Barbara Eden, Mystery Redemption, Alec Baldwin, Helena Bonham Carter, and Andrew Garfield. Nancy Kovac, Nathan Morris, Peter Billingsley, Nancy Kwan, Oriani, Josh Gad, Joe Pesci, James Vanderbeek, Natalie Portman, Jimmy Walker, John O'Hurley, Linda Blair, John Schneider, Chrissy Swanson, Marissa Tomei, Mackenzie Phillips, Kelsey Grammer, Joe Gorga, Melissa Gilbert, Michael Douglas, Kelly Riley, J.B. Presley, Kevin Bacon, and Keith David. Tim Robbins, Selma Blair, Sada Baby, Stephanie Kramer, Susan Quattro, Trey the Truth, Thomas Ian Nicholas, Ron Howard, Selma Blair, and Tracy the Doc Curry. And for everything going to random.org, told you it's a handful. Molly Ringwald and John Cryer, Chris Pine and Zoe Saldana, Robert Carradine, Brian Tochi and Curtis Armstrong, Drew Barrymore, D. Wallace Stone, and Henry Thomas for the press proofs. Dual auto of Melissa and Joe Gorga. And quad auto of Eric Stoltz, Rosanna Arquette, John Travolta, and Uma Thurman. 1 of 1. Alright, that is it for Pop. We're going to head to random.org real quick and knock these out. And then we are on to 2025 Leaf Pro Set Metal Football. To random.org we go. Alright, we've got random.org pulled up and good to go. Got to roll some dice. Get it through your height of about for us. We're going to go 6 times on each random, starting off with the press proofs of Molly Ringwald and John Cryer. That is 5 times. Final roll. John Cryer coming out on top. Chris Pine and Zoe Saldana printing plate. That is 5 times. Final roll. This is Zoe Saldana staying on top. Next up is Robert Carradine, Brian Tochi, and Curtis Armstrong. That is 5 times. Final roll. Brian Tochi, Drew Barrymore, D. Wallace Stone, and Henry Thomas. That's 5 times. Final roll. Henry Thomas coming out on top. And dual auto, Melissa Gorga and Joe Gorga. Final roll. Melissa Gorga coming out on top. And finally, Eric Stoltz, Rosanna Arquette, John Travolta, and Uma Thurman. Quad auto 1 of 1. 5 times. Final roll. And it is Uma Thurman coming out on top. Congratulations. All right, that is it for Pop. We are on to 2025 Leaf Pro Set Metal Football here in a few minutes. Going to get that set up and good to go.